Hi, this is Dr. Rimler, and this is a video review of our course syllabus for SCED 3337, Content and Methods of Teaching Secondary English Language Arts. If you're watching the video version of this review, I'm going to admit right here at the beginning that it's not going to be a very exciting video. You're simply looking at the syllabus while I read it. If you've chosen to watch the video version, I recommend that you just sit down and read the syllabus. But I've created this video in case anybody needs it for audio purposes. If you want to listen to these course policies while you're, for instance, folding your laundry or walking your dog, then you can access this video on YouTube and listen to the audio version. If you choose to do that, remember that the text version of the syllabus will always be loaded in our Folio e-classroom. And if you need to remind yourself of certain policies and procedures, go back and double check that text version to clarify your understanding of the details. Okay, let's get started. So my office is located on the Armstrong campus in University Hall 262. My phone number in my office is 912-344-2569. I can't remember the last time I used my office phone. With the pandemic pushing everybody away from campus, I have relied more heavily on my wireless phone, which is 912-441-3738. Most students reach out to me via email. My email address is nremler, N-R-E-M-L-E-R, @georgiasouthern.edu. Because you have your Internship 1 requirements in other courses, you might choose to first reach out to me via email if you have questions or want to request an appointment. But if there's an urgent matter that requires immediate attention, feel free to give me a call. You can also text message me to my wireless phone, but again, if it's a complicated matter or something that's more time-consuming, a phone call would be recommended. My office hours are not regular because I teach mainly online or I'm out in the school supervising teacher interns. So if you'd like to visit me in my office, I'd love to see you there. We would need to make an appointment. So just email me and we'll make an appointment as soon as we can. So that's my contact information. This is Content and Methods of Teaching Secondary English Language Arts. It's an online course with synchronous and asynchronous aspects. So for most of the week, you can do the asynchronous activities according to your own schedule. But on Friday mornings at 9:30, we will conduct weekly Zoom discussions for synchronous instruction, so please keep your Friday mornings available. This course is a study of the methods appropriate in teaching secondary English composition, literature, and oral expression. Our emphasis will be placed on literary analysis, the writing process, teaching grammar and context, and other related instruction for grades 6 through 12. The prerequisites for this course are that you need a minimum grade of C in SCED 4137, which is the assessment course, and a minimum grade of C in SCED 4732, which is practicum 2. Co-requisites for this course are SCED 4231, which is content-specific pedagogy for secondary education, and SCED 4739, which is internship 1. Our performance objectives are as follows. As a result of completing this course, you should be able to do the following. Discuss professional standards such as the NCTE standards, Georgia Standards of Excellence, and Intern Key standards, and align those standards to instructional objectives, activities, and assessments in secondary English language arts. Discuss various pedagogical theories and research-based best practices in secondary English language arts and apply them to instructional planning, implementation, and assessment. Propose and demonstrate various instructional strategies for composition, reading, and language conventions in secondary English language arts. Design lessons, assignments, and rubrics for secondary English language arts according to best practices in the field. Assess instructional practices of your peers according to specific strengths and opportunities. Assess secondary student writing according to research-based best practices. Document sources correctly in APA style and exhibit appropriate dispositions for secondary English teachers according to the Professional Behaviors Dispositions Assessment. We have one textbook in this course. It's titled Making the Journey, 4th edition, by Lila Christenberry and Ken Lindblom, published by Heinemann. This book is available in the campus bookstores, but you can also get it through Amazon. It's currently at the price of $42 for a new copy or $39 for a used copy. You can also rent this book at chegg.com for $28.99. The book is available in Georgia Southern Libraries in an earlier edition. I don't recommend that you rely on the library copies because the content is significantly different between the 3rd and 4th editions. The 4th edition is the most updated version. We have another required book in the course. It's a young adult novel titled Bless Me Ultima by Rodolfo Anaya, and I have actually already reached out to you to tell you that the department has provided that book for you. Depending on which campus you're on, you can pick up your copy in the NGSE department office. If you're on the Statesboro campus, you can go to the College of Education building to the 4th floor and pick up your copy of the book from the department secretary. If you're an Armstrong Liberty student, then you can go to University Hall 201 and pick up your copy from the department assistant there. We will have other resources in this class which are already stored online in our Folio e-classroom. Also required for this course is reliable internet access. If you don't have reliable internet access at home, you do have access to Wi-Fi on all 3 Georgia Southern campuses, and you have access to computers in campus libraries, writing centers, computer labs, and the Instructional Services and Resources Center on the Statesboro and Armstrong campuses. So let's get to our course policies. First of all, the attendance policy is specific to an online course with synchronous and asynchronous aspects to it. To succeed in this course and make the best impression that will result in a strong job recommendation, regular and punctual attendance and participation are necessary. In an online class, attendance and punctuality will be determined by a couple of different behaviors. First of all, you're logging into the Folio e-classroom each Monday and Wednesday or more often if necessary, and attending and participating in weekly synchronous discussions using Zoom on Friday mornings. You'll be expected to exhibit professionalism with respect to attendance and punctuality. For instance, if you must miss a scheduled activity, you should provide documentation of acceptable conflicts, which include illness or injury of yourself or family member, death of an immediate family member, jury duty, or court appearance. In cases of documented acceptable absences, I will assist you with reasonable measures to help you continue the course. However, if you suffer a crisis that would result in an extended absence, which would be more than a week, then you must contact the Office of the Dean of Students, who will notify me at your request. The following reasons would not be acceptable for absence, lateness, or neglecting to log in. They would be your job, the illness, injury, or death of a pet, your travel, including your participation in a wedding, traffic, oversleeping, work for other classes, including Internship 1, or unreliable internet access. And of course, I have a caveat to that last reason. If Georgia Southern's or the university system server breaks down and its online tools are unavailable, I would not expect you to be able to connect with them. However, if your personal internet service breaks down, you have access to wireless and wired technologies on all 3 Georgia Southern campuses. Should your personal internet connection break down, you should seek connection at the university or another reliable place where you can connect to the internet. If a crisis occurs which prevents you from attending or participating in class, you should contact me in the most immediate way possible, which is usually by phone. I will monitor your logins to the Folio e-classroom. I will record our Zoom discussion attendance using the Folio attendance tool. Zoom discussions cannot be made up in the event of an absence. However, If you miss a discussion for an acceptable reason, I can provide you a video recorded Zoom session for purposes of helping you keep up with course content. With respect to punctuality, I reserve the right to address persistent tardiness on an individual basis as I see fit. Okay, let's talk about the assignment policies. There are several policies that will apply to all assignments in this course, and they are the following. Deadlines for graded deliverable assignments are at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time on Fridays. Students who have other commitments on those days may submit their work early. Real-time Zoom discussions will take place on Friday mornings at 9:30. Part of your assessment on those discussions will be online activities to prepare you for those discussions. And you must complete those preparatory online activities by 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays. Those preparatory assignments might be a brief reflection exercise or participation on the discussion board or a graphic organizer, something low stakes that's applicable to the topic for that week. I don't accept late work. You have a number of quizzes in this class, and all the quizzes will take place in the Folio quiz tool. All of your written assignments, such as instructional plans, would be submitted in the Folio Dropbox in the designated folder for each assignment, or in the Folio discussion tool. Assignment and activity guidelines will specify how and where to submit your work. Written assignments must be submitted in formats that Folio can read. Those formats include Microsoft Word files, rich text format files, and PDF files. Folio cannot read documents written in Pages or other word processors. So if you use Pages, please save your work in rich text format or in portable document format, which is PDF. I've included a couple of links on the syllabus to YouTube videos that can show you how to convert your documents from Pages to PDF or from Pages to rich text format, in case you've never done that before. Submitting assignments requires that you have reliable internet access and updated computers. If you don't have your own computer or internet access, you may use the facilities provided on all 3 Georgia Southern campuses. Social distancing policies might apply, so check the guidelines at various locations on the various campuses. The University System of Georgia and Georgia Southern University often conduct system updates of Folio on Friday nights, so please be mindful of that practice and schedule your assignment submissions at other days and times of the week. One of the reasons that I have set our assignment deadlines for 9 p.m. on Fridays is so that you'll get your work in before any system updates might take place. You'll have several assignments to complete this semester. As I've already mentioned, we have a number of quizzes for this course. The first one is the quiz on our course policies, which you'll do the first week of class. But you will also have quizzes on assigned readings, including Bless Me Ultima. But when I assign chapters from Making the Journey, most likely you will be assessed on your reading through a quiz in Folio. Your participation in Zoom discussions will also be assessed. As I said, on Friday mornings, we'll meet via Zoom to discuss the topics of the week, and you'll be expected not only to attend that discussion, but also to participate in it by asking relevant questions, sharing your responses to those questions or topics or reading assignments, and being prepared for the discussion by having read assigned readings and completing those relevant minor online activities. As I said earlier, Zoom discussions cannot be made up, but if you have a documented reason for missing one and need to see a recording of a Zoom discussion, I can make that available to you. As I mentioned before, several times this semester, I will ask you to complete some small online activities to show your preparation for the Friday Zoom discussion. Those activities might be discussions on the discussion board, or a self-assessment, or a small written activity. and these preparation activities must be finished by 9 o'clock p.m. on Thursdays prior to the Zoom discussion. That way I can make sure that all of that work is done before we start discussing. I will assess your completion of these preparation activities at the same time that I assess your Zoom discussions. You're also going to compose a set of guidelines for a writing assignment, and that writing assignment will be relevant to the novel Bless Me Ultima. This assignment can be, but isn't required to be, connected to the instructional plan that you will also write. I'll get to that in a minute. But your assignment should reflect the concepts of the transparency framework as well as the guidelines that we'll discuss from Tracy Gardner's Designing Writing Assignments. I'll supply more information about the expectations of this assignment in our Folio eClassroom, but for now just understand that that's one of the things you'll do for this term is create a writing assignment. A minute ago I mentioned an instructional plan. You're also going to compose that. I'm not going to call it a unit because it might be a partial unit, but it's a multi-day plan based on the novel Bless Me Ultima. And your instructional plan will include content demonstrating the best practices of teaching writing, reading, and language conventions. I offer some specific guidelines in our Folio eClassroom in the Important Documents folder. But one thing to keep in mind about this instructional plan is that once everybody has submitted their work, I'm going to compile all of that information into a portfolio of resources about this novel so that you can take those materials with you into your Internship 2 experience and into your first year teaching. And I will also include in that portfolio the writing assignments that you create for Bless Me Ultima. So you'll have this nice collection of resources to use as teaching materials in the future if you wish. In addition to those instructional materials, you will conduct a teaching demonstration. You will video record yourself teaching one 20 to 30 minute lesson during your Internship 1 experience. And you'll submit this video recording into a dedicated folder in the Google Drive. And then the entire class will observe your teaching demonstration, focusing on your teaching strengths and opportunities, and then we will discuss your video recorded demonstration during our Zoom discussions at the end of the term. Although you're going to view all of your classmates' video recorded teaching demonstrations, I will also assign you one classmate for whom you will complete a rubric analyzing the strengths and opportunities of that classmate's peer work. So when it comes to demonstrating your teaching, we're not only going to show what we can do, but we're also going to weave some peer review into that activity. Now, I am recording this review of the syllabus late in July. It's possible that I might tweak some aspects of the grade distribution of these assignments. The assignments themselves will not change, but I might make adjustments to how much they're worth. For that reason, I'm not including the grade values in this audio recording. I need you to go back and look at the written syllabus and read the assignment guidelines very carefully so that you will understand the grade values for all of these assignments, as well as the grade distributions. But one thing will not change about grades, and that's how they are figured. Your course grade is calculated on a points system. So it's a matter of simple addition. For that reason, it'll be very easy for you all semester to figure out what your course grade is. And then you can match up that total to the grade distribution that I have in the syllabus, so you can figure out whether you've got an A, B, C, D, or F. I will post your grades to the Folio grade tool. To see your numeric grade, just check the grades tool in Folio, but to see my specific feedback and comments on your work, you should go through the course progress tool in Folio. I notice that sometimes the Folio grade tool can be a little confusing for students. It's not very intuitive, and for that reason, I keep an official grade book external to the Folio grade tool, and that external grade book not only helps me to ensure accuracy in my grade records, but it also serves as the official grade book and the more permanent grade book of your work. So if you have any questions about your grades, feel free to reach out to me so we can make an appointment to discuss them. Like I said, figuring your grade is a matter of simple addition. And I created an easy way for figuring grade for several reasons. It's my responsibility to grade your assignments in a timely manner, and it's my responsibility to post your grades in a timely manner so that you can always check your grades. But always remember that it's your responsibility to check your grades and to do so regularly, and it's your responsibility to do the math and figure out your course grade on your own. And finally, we come to other important information for students. Fall semester takes place during the end of hurricane season. Georgia Southern University uses communication blasts to inform its stakeholders of hurricane preparedness and hurricane response plans. Should the coastal Georgia area need to evacuate in the event of a hurricane, I will inform you of how to keep up with class activities until you can return to campus. I will follow university policies with respect to suspending and reopening classes. Academic integrity. All students and faculty are required to be familiar with and adhere to the university's code of conduct, which includes the university's academic dishonesty policy. Two prominent violations of the academic dishonesty policy are plagiarism and cheating, which are also a violation of a teacher's professional ethics. Should I learn that a teacher candidate has plagiarized, whether they are aware of it or not, or cheated, I'm required to proceed according to the academic dishonesty policy. When teacher candidates are found responsible for academic dishonesty, those sanctions do affect my ability to write letters of recommendations to schools. Disability accommodations. Georgia Southern University is committed to providing reasonable accommodations to students with documented disabilities as required under federal law. Disabilities may include attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, autism spectrum disorder, learning disabilities, brain injury, chronic medical conditions, communication disorders, or temporary injuries. The purpose of disability accommodation is to provide equal access to the academic material and equal access to demonstrate mastery of the material. If you have a disability and need accommodations, please contact the Student Accessibility Resource Center. You will need to meet with the SARC staff member who can help you gather documentation of your disability or refer you to an appropriate resource for assessment. Once documentation of the disability is approved, the SARC staff will provide you with an accommodation letter detailing the approved accommodations which you should present to me. I will discuss with you how to implement those accommodations. Disability accommodations work best starting at the beginning of the term, but they can be approved and begin at any point in the semester. Accommodations start at the time the accommodation letter is presented to the faculty within reasonable timelines. Accommodations are not given retroactively. SARC on the Statesboro campus is located on the second floor of Cone Hall, and the phone number is 912-478-1566. SARC for the Armstrong and Liberty campuses is located on the second floor of Memorial College Center, and the phone number is 912-344-2572. Title IX. Georgia Southern University is dedicated to providing a safe and equitable learning environment for all students. Discrimination, sexual assault, and harassment are not tolerated by the university. You are encouraged to report any incidents to the Title IX office. This is important for the safety of the whole university community. Another member of the university community, a friend, classmate, advisor, or faculty member, can help initiate the report or can initiate the report on behalf of another person. The University Counseling Center provides confidential support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Writing Center. Georgia Southern's Writing Center provides individualized feedback on your written work, essays, stories, lesson plans, presentations, or other projects. Writing Center services are available at no additional cost to all Georgia Southern students enrolled in courses across disciplines. The Writing Center provides services on all 3 university campuses. Please visit the Writing Center's website for locations, contact information, and the hours of operation. Students in this class are encouraged to seek the assistance of the Writing Center when completing assignments. Campus Carry. House Bill 280 went into effect July 1st, 2017. For more information, see http://www.usg.edu/HB280. The course schedule is stored in our Important Documents folder of this Folio eClassroom. That completes the review of our course syllabus. If you have any questions about our course policies and procedures, feel free to reach out to me via email or via phone at 912-441-3738. I also encourage you to take a look at the text version of this syllabus regularly throughout the semester. And remember that by the end of the first week of classes, you will be required to complete a quiz on our course policies. So before you begin that quiz, if there's any course policy that you feel uncertain about, make sure that you get clarification so that you can earn the best grade possible on that quiz. Thank you.